Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing just fine. We are currently just in the start of the real off-season. The changes have been made and I'll update this to you later. But first now, it's time to get some cardio in, get this body moving. This morning's weight was 111 kilos, so that's pretty much where we're starting this gaining phase right now, which is very exciting to see how far we can push it until June. But like I said, for now it's time to get some cardio in. Only 15 minutes. We're not doing this for calorie burning reasons or anything for that matter. We're just trying to do this for health and to keep my performance in the gym up, so I'm not gassed out after doing one set of squats for 12 reps. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. After that, I need to go out and get myself some food for meal one. So I'll see you guys for meal one, and then after that we'll do an update on how the off season is going, how we ended the recovery phase, and how we're moving into this phase right now. All right, just finished the cardio, and now I'm out to the shop because I need to get some bread, some whole wheat bread, and some kiwis for the missus so we can make breakfast, and then let's see what the day brings. All right, back from the store, and we got ourselves some whole wheat bread and some kiwis. And we're gonna make breakfast now. It's gonna be 4 pieces of toast with 150 grams of smoked salmon and 3 whole eggs. First, let's see if some dues are being paid here. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So I'm gonna make breakfast. I'm gonna make breakfast now because it's been a while. It's already 11 past 10 in the morning, so that's really late for me actually. So yeah, let's get this in the making. They're still a little bit warm. Fresh bread. It's almost a shame to put it in the toaster, but I also like toasted bread very much. So I actually don't like to drink coffee first thing in the morning, because when you wake up, your cortisol is already pretty high. When you compound that with a shot of coffee, for me, that starts to feel a little bit too much, like too much in general. Just so I start to feel a little bit shivery and just not nice. So I like to wake up with tea, and then say 2 to 3 hours later, when that cortisol actually starts to come down a little bit, I might take a coffee on a work day. Today is actually a rest day, so this is going to be my rest day diet for the day. Right, so this is all set right now. Let's go make the eggs. This is something that everyone should be able to do, just crack an egg with one hand. Alright, breakfast is done. Time to eat. Just gonna add some pink Himalayan salt, not too much because the salmon already has salt in it, so just 4 grinds. This is my rest day breakfast. It's high fat. My rest day diet is higher in fats in general, lowering carbs a little bit. It's not that low. Everything's pretty high at the moment, but It's a change from prep, and I'm enjoying it at the moment because I know it's not gonna last too long, as we are going to prep towards the end of the summer again. So let's enjoy the higher calories right now and the higher fats, especially. Good stuff. I'll see you guys back for meal number 2. Alright, so now I do have my coffee, so that means that now we can talk. Breakfast is in. Today's a rest day, like I said, so in a bit I'm gonna do some groceries just to prepare for the rest of the week, so I don't have to worry about that when I'm working and training, and I can do that on a rest day. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Then later on we're probably gonna see the Light Festival in the city center of Amsterdam, so hopefully we can show you guys something there if the weather and the camera allows it in the dark. But for now we're due for an update on how we are actually doing at the moment. So we're still in lockdown here in Holland, but fortunately I do have a place where I can train, so I have been training, and we have done the second panel of blood work last week. Results came back. Bloods look pretty good actually. There's no more elevation of red blood cells. HDL cholesterol has recovered. LDL cholesterol is still nice and low. Liver, kidneys are all looking good. The only thing that was still off was my thyroid, which does make sense because the last blood work, when I did the last blood work, I still took T4 and T3, which was only 4 weeks ago before I did the second panel blood work. So my TSH was still pretty high, and we're just gonna have to wait for that to recover. We're gonna do another blood panel in about 6 weeks time, just for that, to see what the thyroid is doing there. We have officially started the off season right now, which is exciting because I've never ever been this heavy. So I'm 111 kilos, like I said, this morning, and we're just really starting this push phase, which means there's a lot of room to grow here and pack on some serious size this year in order to come back at the end of this year and present a different package, more muscle, heavier package. I also want to move up the weight class because, as you guys have probably seen if you follow my prep series, I really needed to squeeze to get below that 90 kilo mark in order to make it to the weigh-in, which I don't want to have to do that because I can get way more out of it if I can load a little bit harder into the show, which that means I'll have to do the higher weight class. But then if I'm gonna do the higher weight class, I don't want to be just like 92 kilos on stage, right? I want to be closer to that 100 kilo mark in order to really be competitive in that lineup. So that's what we're shooting for in this off season. So we're gonna have to go pretty hard. So like I said, we've just really started it. Callum sent over the plans, I believe, last Thursday, with the updates. So androgen load is creeping up again right now, and so is food, and this has just been the first adjustment. So we'll see how this goes right now. Basically the whole plan is laid out until we cruise again, which is, I believe, in June. But that's all planning. In the end, we're also tracking bloods, we're tracking health markers, and depending on what we see right there, we might adjust the plan along the way. But the plan for now is to basically, we have a set point of androgen load right now, and we're going to keep escalating that until June. From there we're going to go into a cruise phase, a clearance phase, get some recovery before we actually start prep. So pretty exciting right now. It's growth time. Right now we're just continuing as we go. Training is on a high level right now. I would say the only limiting factor lately has been my conditioning, but we're working on that with the cardio now. It's not because I haven't been doing anything, but it's because ever since I got sick, my conditioning was really tanked. So we've done a couple things to improve that, like taking cardarine, and it's been a little bit better, but it still needs some work. That's gonna help tremendously with me improving my performance in training, and that's obviously gonna drive new tissue on, and that's what we want. So that's why we're working towards that. Okay, it's time for meal number 2, if you can see, I'm a little bit red. That's because of the vitamin B3 that's in the cardiovascular stack from Supplement Needs. I get a little bit of nice and flush, and I'm only taking 2 caps, where the full dose is actually 5 caps. So I'm apparently very sensitive to it, and it kind of feels shitty because it feels like your skin's on fire. But yeah, you gotta stay healthy. So it's time for meal 2. I'm gonna take 200 grams of chicken out of the freezer and warm that up, and then I have my rice, so it's just gonna be chicken and rice meal, and I'll put some olive oil in it for fats. So I'll show you the meal when it's done. Chicken and rice. Now what I did here, if you can see it, is actually I took the rice and added 10 grams of olive oil and pan fried the rice with some vegetables, and then added the chicken to it. So that's gonna be meal 2. It is 125 grams of uncooked rice, 200 grams of chicken, 10 grams of olive oil about to go in. Just wanted to quickly talk about something that I see often right now, where people basically bash on meal plans and say like that's not the way. There's nothing wrong with a meal plan. A meal plan just gives you structure, and it basically takes a lot of stress off of you, especially if you are a beginner, but also if you're just busy, because you don't want to be thinking like what to eat every time when you got to eat 5 meals a day, when you got to slam down say 5,000 calories or whatever. You just want to have structure, and a meal plan just allows for that. I think it's stupid, all these people trying to bash down meal plans because they say you don't learn anything from it. And that's true. If you just follow a meal plan, you won't learn anything. But it gives you structure, it gives you a guideline, and from there you can start to adjust your meal plan, you can start to play with it, and you will still learn a lot from it. So all you coaches who say you don't make meal plans for your clients because of that reason, I think you're bullshitting, you're just being lazy. You can give a meal plan to your client and still teach them about nutrition whilst giving them structure and giving them guidelines to follow to let them achieve success in the beginning, especially of their coaching journey, of their fitness journey. They need that structure. They don't have any idea what to eat, so you're just going to give them macros and tell them, yeah, play around with it. They're going to be stressed out, don't know what to do. In my opinion, you're just being a shitty coach there, under the flag of, yeah, but they have to learn about nutrition. They will learn about nutrition even with a meal plan. That's up to you as the coach. So that was my rant. Now I'm gonna eat. Peace. Calories are still you'll see what I eat today, but calories are still not very high. They're still below 4,000 calories, and output is, like I said, 15 minutes of cardio daily, except on leg days and on days where we do hip hinging like deadlifts. And steps are 10k a day, so output is still pretty high, I would say, for an off season. So that's something we could be tapering down towards the end of it if we need to. Optimally, I don't like to have very low output because you start to feel really shitty with that towards the end of your off season. If you don't walk, if you don't do some aerobic conditioning, you'll start to feel really shitty, like lower back bumps and just not productive in general. So optimally I don't want to go there, but if we need to, we will. Yeah, that's a quick update on this off season right now. So groceries are done. I'm gonna show you what I got for the week. Again, my chicken is already in there from Muscle Meat. My salmon is already in there from Muscle Meat. So the other protein sources are the only ones that you're gonna find here. Obviously we have whey as well sitting over there, but these groceries will carry me until Thursday. It's now Sunday, so 4 days of groceries, and then Thursday is another rest day. I'm gonna do groceries again, and that's how I roll with it for the week. So let me show you what we got here. Alright, there we go, off-season grocery haul. So let me show you some of the products we got for a protein source. 5% lean beef patties. These come in 200 gram packages. That's going to be for a protein source. Then for carbs we have rice. I got 4 of these packets. Usually I get the big ones because I use a large amount of rice. Actually, it is the carbohydrate that sits the best with me. I can eat potatoes, but not a lot of them. I can eat oats, but also not too much. Rice really digests well, and that's why the bulk of my carbs just come from rice. Then we have our other carb sources: oatmeal, gluten-free oatmeal. Then we have raspberries. I rotate my berries. Sometimes I have blueberries, sometimes raspberries, sometimes strawberries. At the moment I'm in a raspberry mood, so I'm taking raspberries mixed up with my dark chocolate in my oatmeal, and it really makes a nice flavor combination. So those are the carb sources. Then we have, this is actually a carb source as well, Cocos drink, mixes with protein powder, or I put it through my oats. Oh yeah, don't forget, for protein sources we also have eggs, bio eggs. They're like medium size eggs. I weigh them out, they're like 50 to 55 grams each. And then for our fat sources we have avocados. I like to throw them in with my rice and chicken, just to add some texture and some softness to the meal. Then obviously we have our 90% dark chocolate, which is perfect pre-workout fat source, so we take that. And we have the olive oil cooking spray, and that one obviously we use it for cooking. I also have regular olive oil that I put on my meal. I usually switch between avocado and extra virgin olive oil to put on my chicken and rice meals. Then for fruits, well, this is also a carb source. Obviously we have pineapple. This is post-workout. Also bananas post-workout, so we get a good mix of glucose and fructose. Vegetables, some beans, some green beans, got some broccoli, and we have some bell peppers, and also courgette. Obviously this morning I got whole wheat bread and kiwi, so those sources also go in. And that's basically what I'm rotating at the moment. Again, I got my chicken and my salmon in the fridge, and I got protein powder over there, and that's what I roll with at the moment. Now, anytime I feel I want to rotate any of these sources, I will. I'll just make it fit into my schedule. But these are the ones that are in rotation currently. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge, and I'm gonna see you guys for meal number 3. Okay, time for meal number 3. So what we got for meal number 3 is oats, dark chocolate, protein powder. By the way, this is the protein powder that I won when I won the overall, so it just tastes a little bit extra sweet. And to top it off, almost forgot what we use to mix with the oats, coconut drink. So let's see how much we have planned for today. We have 110 grams of oats. Alright, so I'm going to put this into the microwave for about 3 minutes. Oatmeal's done, so let's take it out. What a beauty. So the first thing you gotta do is add in the chocolate so it melts. 2 blocks. Just push it in a little bit so it gets surrounded by the heat. I feel like I'm like the next famous chef cook right here, doing all of this shit. Don't you think so? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I'm on a raspberry tour right now. Just a mix of chocolate and raspberry, and this way has a bounty flavor, so it's also chocolate and coconut. Just has something special. 2 scoops, and this one is finished. Alright, I know it's off season and I know I'm having plenty of food, but I'm still eating it with a tiny spoon. I just like it better. Alright, that's all ready to eat. Meal number 3. Oats, protein powder, raspberries, dark chocolate. Alright, time for meal number 4, chicken and rice. And I'm gonna do shredded chicken this time for muscle meat with 115 grams of rice. That's already cooked right here, so I'm just gonna warm this one up. Add the rice to it, and we're also gonna add half an avocado for fats. And that's gonna do it for this meal. After this meal, we are gonna go into the city. This goes into the microwave. 3 whole minutes. I'm gonna prep the avocado. That's ready. Don't know if you can see it, but I cut it into little cubes and then just spoon it out into the meal. Meal number 4 almost looks like a Pokeball. I guarantee you it's not, but it does taste good. Simple and effective. Meal 4. After this, we'll head into the city. I'll try to film there. It's dark, so I don't know if we can make good images, but if we do, you'll see it. Otherwise you won't, and you'll see us back here for the last meal, or we're having the last meal in the city and I'll tell you what we had back here again if we can't film. So see you then. Okay, so we're in the city center now and we're gonna see the lights. Look at that.
Light festival.
Can't see it just yet, but I'll show you when we're closer. They basically, on the canals of Amsterdam, hung up all these different lights in an art form, basically. So let's check it out. Okay, my battery's about to die, so we're gonna close this video right here. Say bye.
Bye.
See you guys for the next one. Peace.